Welcome to the Best of the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration attorney, and we're happy to welcome you. And we want to say thank you to everyone who supports us on all our platforms, especially those who write to us on social media, follow us, and share their immigration stories with us. We're grateful to the community that we have built together and has inspired us to create this podcast. We hope you enjoy it.
Perfect. So I'm here in the US based on B1, B2 visitors visa. Okay, I'm here visiting a relative, which is my brother.
You keep dropping your mic, brother.
Okay, I'm gonna speak louder. So I'm here based on a B1, B2 visa.
Yep.
And I'm thinking about like applying to get like an F1 student visa. Okay.
Yes.
Which I have like two routes. Either I go home and apply from home, or stay here and try to get the changing of status. Okay, both ways has their own like drawbacks, and I just wanted to know, going through from here and getting the I-20, then the I-539s, like which like do you have like any advice for me going the route from here, like trying to change status from here?
It's so great that you're asking me this question because I literally wanted to talk about this on today's show. So I'm actually happy that you called.
Okay, great.
You called and asked me this question. So first of all, let's not skim over the pluses and minuses of both approaches, right?
Okay.
So you said they both have their detractions, but I'm going to talk about the pluses and the minuses.
Okay.
So historically, it's been difficult to change your status in the United States, and you are left sort of in limbo trying to find out if you're going to be approved, because USCIS takes months and months to approve a 539.
Yes.
And it's very stressful for you.
Yeah.
But USCIS has changed the rules to allow you to pay for premium processing on your change of status.
Yeah, which is around like 2,000, I guess.
Yes. So my position is the only way that you should try to do it here in the United States is if you're willing to pay for premium processing.
Okay.
Because otherwise you're in 7, 8, 9, 10 months of limbo, not knowing what they're going to do with you. And if they get denied, you're sort of in a bad space because then you didn't leave on time. I mean, the embassy, if the embassy ever gets to talk to you again, they're not going to like the fact that you even tried to change your status in the United States. But it'd be much better for you to get a quick answer on it so that you can live your life accordingly. And to me, that's worth whatever the cost is for the premium processing.
Okay, but if you like go for the premium and you get denied and you go home and apply from there, will they know that you tried to change your status while in the US?
Yeah, you have to tell them.
Oh, okay. Okay. And like there's something else I wanted to ask you about. Like without the premium and you're going with the change of status, which takes from 6 to 8 months, they told me. And after like your 6 months visa get like after it's done, like I heard something about getting an extension. Like what do you know about that?
Yeah, to me that's the same thing of not really the same problems. It would be, it's actually the same form that you file for change of status or extension of status. So
Okay.
all the same problems are the same if you file for the extension. It doesn't do you much good because you will find out whether or not you got the extension around the same time you find out if the F1.
Okay. One more question. I have something like with the I-20 that I'm gonna get from the college that I'm applying for. They said legally it needs to be after 90 days of your arrival to the US, so it doesn't be something really wrong. Like, will I be in trouble if I applied for it now? Like, or
so when you got your visa, you told the United States you were coming
to visit.
Yeah. And I assume that you've done your visiting, right?
Yes.
And if you file for a change of status in the first 90 days, they're going to think that was your plan all along.
Okay.
That might make it harder for you to get approved.
Okay, but if I do the I-20 now and take it with me home, there's no problem with that, right? even if it's before 90 days.
No, that's fine. That's fine. And of course, the downside there is the embassy might not give it to you.
Yeah. Okay. So my brother here, like he was here as a student. He got here based on a J1 visa, then went back home and applied for an F1 visa, and he's here and he got married and he got his green card. Wouldn't that be a problem that they might see that I'm trying to do the same thing?
I would say that would have been more of a problem to get your visit visa, not for your change of status. They won't
Okay.
USCIS.
No, getting like going home and applying for an F1 from home.
So the embassy will figure. If the embassy figures out that your family is sort of in the business of getting visit visas and then applying for adjustment, that would hurt you. But what I was saying is that's the kind of thing the State Department could find out and do, but it's not the kind of thing USCIS would do.
Okay, good. And like, do you have like how much success rate like a change of status is going?
Great question. I would say this is just anecdotally. I could probably, well, the Trump team doesn't publish the numbers anymore, but I would bet it's around 50%.
Okay. Yeah.
That's why I always get worried about the long delay and that's why I want you to do premium processing to find out yes or no.
Yeah. True.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you so much.
See you, brother.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Salwa, hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. So my question was, I applied for my husband adjustment of status, and then we got an interview this at the end of May. So my question was, my husband came in through B1, B2 visa, and then when he came in first time, he came in on December, and he left the country around February. And then we went back home, and then we traveled to Japan, and then we came back. We came back around April, and then that time I was a green card holder. And then after I got my citizenship in around June, we got married in August, and then we applied for our adjustment of status. So my question was, we were dating for a long time, but immigration doesn't know. So should we say that we, like, after he came in, we decided to get married, and we should not say that we were dating before even he got the visa?
You should say whatever the truth is.
Okay.
What do you mean?
So
what do you mean they don't know about the fact that you were dating? What does that mean? I don't understand.
So when he got a visa, right? He put they didn't ask him if he was dating or anything. He just said he was coming here to meet family and friends.
And did he do that?
Yes.
Then I don't see a problem. But if you're asking me, Jim, I've had this relationship with this fellow, and he would come and go to visit his family and friends, including me, and I'm worried about submitting evidence at my interview of that time in our relationship. I think that hurts you if you don't do it, because you have to explain how the relationship blossomed, and they're going to ask you about this anyway. So if you act all weird and try to lie about it, then they're going to come at you with knives out. But if you are honest and upfront, just say, yeah, that's what he did. He came and visited. He visited me. He visited lots of people. He did tourism. He did all this stuff. If that's all true, then just play it completely straight.
Right. So because we were dating for 10 years before he came into America and got married. But my lawyer was telling me not to say that, and just say, oh, you guys recently met, and then after he came to America, you guys knew each other, but you guys started dating after he came in, and then you decided to get married. So I wanted a second opinion, because I was thinking, if we've been dating for so long, then our marriage is bona fide. It's not like fake or anything.
An actual lawyer told you that? Someone with a law degree told you that? Because that's immigration fraud. That's lying. That's perjury. That's a crime.
Right. Yeah, that's why I wanted a second opinion from you, that what should I do? I'm confused, and my interview is right at the corner right now.
Tell the truth, and don't bring that lawyer to your interview. Find somebody else.
Yeah, no, I'm either way not taking anybody, just two of us gonna go.
Well, I think you should bring somebody. But so then the question is, how is this thing framed in what's been submitted? Are you telling me there's no evidence of the 10 years that you guys were together?
No, she didn't let me submit anything from us from before, any pictures or anything.
Bring it all, sister.
So you're saying to get tell them the truth that we were dating, but my question is they gonna say is a visa fraud because he didn't said he were dating or something?
Um, unless he actually lied to a consular official or lied to a CBP officer, the fact that he had multiple reasons for coming, including one was to see his girlfriend, that's completely legitimate.
Okay, so you on your opinion, we should say that we were dating for that long and then we decided to get married.
It's not my opinion. It's if you don't want to commit marriage fraud. If you don't want to commit marriage fraud, then tell the effing truth.
Okay. And then it should not be a problem, right?
Well, I mean, it depends how you frame it. Depends what the officer says. It depends on what the answers are to all the questions. But generally, you're under an obligation to tell the truth. The truth is the truth, and the truth, I think, will set you free because, anything else, anything short of that, any of these games that your lawyer's wanting you to play, that's really, really bad.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you so much. That's all.
Yep. Have a good day. Hello. How are you?
Good, thank you. I have a question for you. In 2022, I came to America legally with F1 student visa, and I was a scholarship student, and I have I-20 till 2028. So I don't have any problem for like my staying in the United States, but my visa was until 2023, but I have I-20. So I didn't like get another visa, so I stay in America.
Yeah.
But in 2024, I get married with my husband. We was dating for a year. I am Middle Eastern, and we have a traditional marriage. Like our family meets in our country, and they back to America. So we are married like real. But after I moved to Houston, because I was living in San Diego and my university was all their stuff. And after I moved to Houston with my husband, because my husband family are here, I meet a person in like university that I didn't know her really well, but we go to shopping together, and she was stealing something there that I didn't know. And it wasn't in my pocket or in my bag, but because I was driving with she was in my car when we are going outside and come out from the mall, and so someone was reporting her when they see her on camera. And so after me and her, we was walking to my car, the officers racing us. I don't know the name. Like, yeah, they get us. They didn't found anything in my car or in my bag, but because I was driving with her to two malls, they are getting me on that situation too. But so my interview for green card was in 8th of May, like tomorrow. But I had my criminal attorney that told me that because the case is still on pending, because the officer just showed the camera web that is included in the shirts, like they suit, and they see that I don't have anything in my bag or in my car. So I'm gonna get dismissed, but because the video is just show, they give me 1 month later for the final like answer that our dismissal. But my attorney told me to change my dates for my USCIS time. I want to know if I do the correct thing, and I'm 100% gonna get dismissal, but they gonna like in interview they gonna be like rush about it or no?
Okay. So I want to back up and ask a couple questions. Okay.
Okay.
So this person that you married, they're a U.S. citizen.
Yes, he lived in America for 8 years, and he's a United States citizen.
And did you know this person before you came to the United States?
No. We didn't know each other from like in person, but we know our families. Like I never meet him, but my family know his families.
Mhm. And then at some point after you guys met, then you guys went back to your home country and had a wedding?
No, they go to my parents because I don't have my visa. Like I have multi visa for only 2 years, and because so we married last year, so my husband and his parents go to Dubai, and my family go there too, so they meet each other in that location, and they ask me for like their son, and after my father say okay, they sign stuff in our tradition, and after they came back to America, we marry in American way in America in 2024.
That's what I wanted to know. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So you never left.
No, I never left.
Perfect. Okay. All right. And now you're living together and you have a joint life and everything with the marriage is good.
Yes, everything is perfect. Yeah, I just worry about the situation about my green card because of that criminal situation that I never involved with. Like, I don't have any bad thing in America, not even credit debt, not even car ticket, no criminal background, not even alcohol because I'm Muslim and I never drink alcohol. I never use drug. I have a clean background, but that criminal case, it was too much for me because the thing that she take from the store, it was almost I think $1,000, and it's put misdemeanor crime for us before we can prove that I wasn't involved with it because they need cameras from the mall and the officers cam, and yeah, it's take too long to they show the cameras. So
Did the,
yeah, I just worry about the
did the person that you were with, did they steal from more than one place?
two place because so first of all we go to the mall and after we go to Coles. Like in a mall, I have a like receipt that I buy like a shirt for my husband and a same shirt for me from like one brand, but I have the like receipt and I give it to the my attorney when he was like in the case, but the girl was taking clothes, and I didn't know because I'm not with her in fitting room, and they just getting us together because we are in the same car,
And you
and
were driving.
what?
And you were driving.
Yeah, I was a driver. It was my car. She doesn't have a car.
Is she a U.S. citizen?
No, she's a visa student and she's not a married person. So I think she have a different case to me. But I'm not involved with her because she put me on a like
A lot of
bad
trouble. A lot of trouble.
situation.
Yeah. Your husband knows about all this?
Yeah, my husband all know all. He get an attorney for me, and he's supporting me because he know I didn't do anything wrong. We don't have money problem like my husband and me
Hold
before.
on.
Yeah,
Hold on. So tomorrow is your green card interview.
I change it.
You went ahead and changed it.
Yeah.
Well, like they said that it's changed, or you just think that
No. Because so in yesterday I have a court day in 6th of May.
yeah.
And we was thinking, me and my attorney, we was thinking we're gonna get dismissal yesterday, okay? But
Yes.
when we and if I get that, I want to go to my interview tomorrow, okay? But because the like my attorney told me they didn't look at it yet, and the judge give us 1 month later.
I got that, but how do you know or think? What makes you think that your interview tomorrow has been moved?
I call because my attorney told me it's better to you move your interview day to I get dismissal first and after you go to the interview. So I call USCIS, and I told them I want to change my interview date, and they changed it for me, and they told me in 72 hours they're gonna call me or email me to when is the next. No.
So you don't have any proof. I mean, 72 hours is after your interview, right?
Yeah, but they
So
told me they're gonna change my date.
listen. So we cannot be confident that tomorrow morning at your field office, there isn't going to be an officer that comes out and says, MH, 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 where are you? Where's your spouse? I'm ready for your interview. You don't know that for sure.
No, but I called them and
Don't mean
told
shit.
them
Calls don't mean shit.
So what I need to do now?
You know the name of the officer that you spoke to?
Yeah, he told me, but I don't remember because I didn't write.
So you have no proof that you called.
So yeah, he gave me two number that he just gave me two number, like two phone number. One of them is this USCIS number that he told me they're gonna call me. It started 202. Yeah, he gave me that. No.
Nothing. What else?
And it was another number that he gave it to me.
Like request number, or you have no confirmation from USCIS that you ever called them.
I don't think so. He just gave me one number that is 387962257. It's just some numbers.
So the attorney who told you not to go or to reschedule, was that an immigration lawyer or was that a criminal defense lawyer?
Yeah, so in my criminal defense lawyer contact me with the immigration lawyer that he was working with. It was a lady that she told me it's better to you change the date. And I was worried about it because I have a friend of mine that she have a medical problem and she can't go to her interview, and she was waiting for her interview for 4 months. And I was telling her that I don't want to wait that much long, and she said no. It's possible today came back to you earlier, but if you go to the immigration, if you go to USCIS interview and you have a theft open case, like a misdemeanor crime pending, they're gonna reject your case.
When did you get charged with this crime?
In August 2024, like last year.
Why has it taken 9 months for your criminal defense lawyer to take care of this?
I don't know. Everyone telling the same, and he give 10K from me to just work on that case, and I was worried about it too because look, I have everything showing that I don't have any problem. Like he was just telling me they need the video check, they need the video for mall, they need the video for officer, and is the answer that he always giving me.
In my humble opinion, you and your spouse should go to USCIS tomorrow for your green card interview with whatever documentation that you have of the situation. I mean, this attorney charged you $10,000 and is basically sitting on his ass and waiting for the system to work itself out as if you were a U.S. citizen. He's doing nothing special given the fact, I mean, $10,000 for a shoplifting accessory misdemeanor charge is total bullshit. But to do that and then to sit on your ass for 9 months when you know your client is applying for a green card is unconscionable.
And I have fight with him as well because I was telling him. So when the immigration, like USCIS, sent me the email that you have time for 8th of May, he was telling me for 100% we're gonna get this resolved until that time. And even so, when you have a theft case, they give you something that you must to call every week to they let them know that something, I don't remember what's the name, and even they told me you must get dismissal in the first court, no second court, but we are going to court for 6th time right now, and 6th time he just give, I go to court, after 1 minute he go inside, he came back, he give me new date. That's the only thing I have done in these 9 months, and I really don't know what I need to do because they told me if you go to international, USCIS meeting and you have a pending case, they're gonna reject you.
Well, if you don't show up for your interview, the chances of them rejecting you are the same or higher.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So if I go to interview and they ask me what is this pending case, what I need to do?
Tell them the truth.
So they're gonna accept my word because I don't have paper stuff for me.
I would bring a complete copy of the court file as it exists right now. What time's your interview tomorrow?
Tomorrow at 8:45.
I think I think you've gotten bad advice from a lawyer who's just going through the motions, hoping that the video sets you free and he doesn't have to do jack shit.
Yeah, and he gets 10K from me, and he's one of the best lawyer in Houston.
Allegedly.
Like his father, he's a really big person.
I'll say anything that's going to identify him because I don't want to get in trouble.
Okay.
But
I really don't know what I need to do because I don't want to get a problem for something I didn't do.
Here's another question. What reason did you give to USCIS for postponing your interview tomorrow? You have to have a good reason.
Same thing as they told me. They told me to say medical issue.
Oh, come on.
Really, that's what the girl told me. The immigration attorney that worked with that attorney told me. She said just say I have a medical problem, and they're gonna change your date.
So that's called lying to a U.S. government official. Claiming that you have a medical emergency to get out of your interview when really you're postponing it so that you can deal with your criminal case, that's called lying to the Immigration Service. And they could deny you just for that. Is your case ready to go for interview tomorrow? Do you have all your marriage evidence and everything?
Yeah, so we have all the pictures. So the attorney that like I have another attorney when I get married for filing our case because I don't know nothing about immigration system, and my husband same. So we get attorney and he gets all of my medical, all of our picture, everything that you need to file for USCIS. And we are always honest, and I put, even when they are asking for the rest, I was putting yes, but I don't have nothing to cover. Is it everything clear, my background, my account, everything?
Not everything's clear because we have this charge.
Oh yeah.
Did you talk to the attorney? Well, the attorney that you hired to help file your case,
Mm-hmm.
Did you pay them money?
Yeah, I pay him $3,000 for filing my case with.
Did that include them going to the interview with you?
No.
Okay. Well, in my humble opinion, you seem pretty smart and you seem like a good person. And you seem like, other than this one thing that you have, that and now with the lying, I think we'll have to think about that. But I think it is in your best interest to show up there tomorrow and be completely honest with everything. And at the very least, they won't deny the case. They have to give you a request for evidence or a notice of intent to deny and give you at least 30 days, but most likely 97 days to provide proof that you have resolved your criminal matter.
Mm-hmm.
And then you stand on the head of that attorney and say, WTF, you've wasted 9 months. I just got my ass handed to me by USCIS because I showed up without having this criminal case resolved. I'm now on the clock. I have 30 days or 87 days. You are effing up my shit. And if you don't get this done, I'm going to sue you for malpractice.
Yeah, for 100%, because they just play with our money and our mind. That's what I understand from your.
So listen, I agree. But listen, you need to put all that anger and everything to the side for right now. What you need to focus on right now is getting ready for your interview tomorrow and getting updated marriage evidence, and being ready to answer all the questions on your I-130 and your 485.
Okay.
All right.
And they are not going to ask for like when I call and I told them a medical emergency that like the reason that I want to change that I say is medical problem. So they are not going to tell me you get okay after 2 days.
I wouldn't bring up anything about that call you made. I would just show up there as if it were your interview and say, I thought this was going to be resolved on Monday when my criminal defense attorney told me that it was going to take 1 or 2 times, and now we were on the 7th time, and I thought it was all going to be resolved, and I was going to be able to bring you a clean bill of health, clean disposition, but my attorney dropped the ball, and I got some bad advice about trying to postpone my interview. But on reflection, I thought it'd better for me to just come, tell you what happened, and then give you the evidence when I get it from the court, hopefully in a month.
Okay. Thank you so much. So you think it's a better option because I don't have any criminal history in the past. They are not going to deny. They just need to see more results from the like from dismissal. Yeah.
I think what you want to be at, if I don't think they have to send you a notice of intent to deny. If you don't show up, they can deny it for abandonment. But if you show up, what I would be asking the officer in a very nice way is, can you give me as much time as possible? And that's probably 87 days on a request for evidence to provide you the documentation that I've gotten this thing disposed of. And then I'm going to go yell at my attorney who's been dropping the ball and try to get it done so that I can respond to the RFE on time.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jane, for your time and advising me. Thank you so much.
Good luck, kid.
Hey, Jim, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm so excited to talk to you. Thank you for taking my call.
You got it.
I'll outline my situation and then follow up with my questions, okay?
You got it.
So I'm a U.S. citizen, born here. I married my college boyfriend in December of 2011. He was here on a student visa from Spain. He obtained his, and that was December 2011. He obtained his residency May 2012. He obtained his citizenship March 2017. We divorced December 2017. So we were married for 6 years. First part of my story. Now, fast forward to my current story. I married a second time. My husband, that I did not know at the time, had a visitor's visa. He entered the country 2 times, one in 2019, one in 2021. The third time he entered, he stayed in the country, so he overstayed on his visitor visa. That was September 2022. We did not know each other. We met in July 2023, married February 2025. So that's 8 years after my original petition. My question is this: how worried should I be about my second petition being a red flag, since I've obviously gone through the immigration process? I have 2 follow-up questions, but I'll wait if you can answer that first, if that's okay.
So my first question is about the first person. Do you know if that person became a citizen?
Yes, he obtained his citizenship in March 2017. We divorced December 2017.
And do you have any sense as to whether or not that person that you were married to before has themselves remarried?
Yes, I have a sense that he has remarried.
And do you know if that marriage involves someone getting an immigration benefit?
No, I don't know.
Okay. All right. So the question is, round 2, I'm now sponsoring my second spouse. Is that a red flag that I had a case before? And the answer is yes.
Yes.
It's not a fatal red flag, but it is a red flag. Like they're gonna hold it to extra scrutiny. They're probably gonna want to talk to you. They're probably gonna want to squeeze you about that and ask you questions about that. So yeah, I think it's going to be something that slows things down.
How much of a detailed answer will they be looking for when they ask me why I got divorced?
I would say in my experience, just overall, not necessarily on this particular kind of a case situation, but just generally, they usually ask who filed for divorce and why didn't things work out? And that's about it. It's usually pretty light. Is there something that you're worried about?
No, I have nothing that I'm worried about. My first relationship and this one, both valid, and I'm happy to share the information with USCIS. At the same time, my reason or our reason for divorce was just what I would kind of summarize as irreconcilable differences.
Yeah.
Like we ended up wanting different things. We had different goals that evolved throughout our relationship that didn't end up aligning. And we just ended up kind of growing apart. So there wasn't really a definitive like, well, he cheated on me, financial infidelity, nothing like that. But that is the truth. And I'm just not sure if that will receive pushback or not.
No, and you know, I liked how you presented this whole case. I like that you know your timeline. I like that you established that you didn't even know this person that you're married to when he went out, that you're married to now when he went out of status, or that you didn't know him when you were married to person number one. So all those kinds of things and sort of the way you're holding yourself out, it comes across pretty confidently. So that doesn't worry me.
Okay, thank you for that feedback. I have just one other question, if that's okay. I assume that they will also ask my husband as to why he overstayed his tourist visa, and that answer is just because he liked it here and wanted to stay. Again, I'm just wondering if that is an answer that would be sufficient for them, or what else they would be looking for when they ask that question.
It doesn't really matter why. That question is actually not asked as often as you would think, and usually it's one answer and they move on.
Okay.
Like, have I ever had an officer like grill someone? You knew you were supposed to leave and you didn't leave. Why didn't you leave? You're a bad person. I've never had that happen.
Right. Okay. Sorry, and just one last question, if that's okay, to go back to the original comment that you made about that they will, probably ask me about my first marriage. Would I need to still have supporting evidence for the validity of that marriage, like the original documentation that we submitted in the first application? Would they ask for that type of documentation, or just ask questions to try to understand how valid it was?
That's an excellent question, and I would say I would not bring any extra evidence to prove up that old marriage. Now, we see plenty of situations here where somebody applies for a green card through person number one, and then that falls apart, and then they marry person number two, which is obviously different than your situation. So in those situations, I think a lot of times the whole case comes down to whether the first marriage was legit, and a lot of times in the new case, they'll get a request for evidence or a notice of intent to deny. But I think you go in there acting like, yeah, this is completely normal. There's nothing to see here with the old marriage. And as long as you had a long history together, as long as someone didn't call them up and say, yeah, that was a fake marriage, she just did it to get him a green card, then I think most likely it's going to go. I wouldn't over prepare for that eventuality. I would just say to myself, if this comes up and I get an RFE, I'll have to deal with it then. But I wouldn't go in there with it in hand. That would be a little weird.
Okay, perfect. Well, I appreciate all your information and your feedback. It makes me feel much more at ease. So thank you for your time.
That's why I'm here. Have a good day.
Thanks. You too. Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it. Another edition of the Best of the Immigration Answer Show. Again, my name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration attorney practicing law throughout the United States, out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. If you want to get a hold of us at the firm, you can email us info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com, or you can call us at 314-961-8200. You also can join our free Facebook group. It's called Immigrant Home. We'd love to have you join us there. There's thousands of immigrants talking about the immigration process in there every single day. We also have our YouTube channel where you can subscribe to see all of our videos and to get alerted whenever we go live, whenever we're going to record another episode of the Immigration Answer Show. Maybe you could be a guest and ask us a question. Finally, if you're not following us on TikTok, we suggest you do, @Immigration Hacking. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.